I need that Just for Men job. All right, so just in case you guys don't know, this is Nick Livingston. Over there is Kyle. Ooh, my finger. Over that side is Kyle. Guys, you're going to see on the stream, you're going to see a little bit of a surprise entrance. You're going to see Tips come up on the stream. We all know he's hired by MLB The Show. It is MLB The Show _Tips. Give him a follow because he will still be posting this year. I did confirm that. You're also going to see Gil, who is the lead AI developer. Or no, he's not the lead AI. Is he? Double check. No. Gil is one of the gameplay developers, and then you're also going to see Jeff MacArthur, who is the lead AI programmer at some point. He's going to come in on the right side. We'll talk about it as they go. But again, guys, let's go piece by piece here, see what we found out. So 15 minutes in, so I have two markers. The first one is going to be probably right about there.
Like the rest of you. Now what? Now he works for us.
Tips talking.
Live content. There's a reason why when he walked in the door, all of a sudden all these new sick live content things started happening.
Again, this right here you can hear.
Tell me about
100%. Tips was the cause of all that stuff we got late in the late months. So again, give him a follow. MLB The Show _Tips.
Right now, and this is the guy you're gonna get with every pre-order, and he's on the cover as well. Ken Griffey Jr.
I'm bringing
Let's
this back
show him.
up.
Let's show him. And it's great to be on this couch, by the way. Kyle, what do you notice about this?
What's that?
The first legend, we've been told about, Ken Griffey Jr., the rookie center field. You see the new icon, the new R icon there. I think we all knew that was coming, but again, it looks like we're getting different card art this year. We're going to get actual Topps card art, which is really cool. You can see there's another card behind that will be released later.
Check it out. All
right, so let's pause this real quick, look at him. Right now, looking at this card's pretty good for 81 silver that everybody's going to get that pre-orders. Again, you have to pre-order to get this card. 73 contact versus righties, 62 power versus righties. As a card that starts the season, I'm okay with that. 71 vision. Let's see, that 85 fielding, 91 arm strength. 91 arm strength to start the year is something that's going to help your team in the outfield. 84 speed with a 50 steal. Again, I think this is a great card to start the year, and we don't know if there's going to be missions on it either. So we'll see. This is the pre-order card. Yes, this is the. Yes, we did have actual Topps art. You're absolutely correct, Paul. But I just like the fact that we're getting new stuff this year. It looks like they're going to incorporate a bunch of different cools. Yeah, next week we will talk about that dynamic Diamond Dynasty. We'll see what it is. Let's keep going here.
He's going to be your starting center fielder from day one. You want to have him in there. This is why, right? Look at the contact and power versus righties. You see a lot of right-handed pitchers, left-handed batter. Nick, 73 contact, 62 power.
Pretty strong offering on day one.
I like that.
71 vision, nice, good leadoff hitter, especially go all the way to the right there. 84 speed. And when you take a look at that fielding, he's going to cover a lot of ground with that speed in the center.
That's what they call a five-tool player right there.
Now, I had a little chance to test him out. He's got front row power. That's 62 power versus righties.
Front row power. I can remember that one. I like that. I like that.
Wall scrapers all day.
All right.
I like
well, now that we got that out of the way, let's kick Steven off the stream.
See ya, Steven.
And maybe we'll bring him back later. And
let's move this forward a little bit.
Doesn't matter.
This is the giveaway. Every time that they have a stream, they're going to be doing a giveaway, guys. Today, the giveaway was, let's see here, 10-pack bundles for MLB The Show 17, 2 67.5 thousand stub packs, 2 big ones, and the 2 big giveaways today were 2 digital deluxe editions.
Nice work.
You have to be there for this. Remember that. So if you're not in the stream, they gave it away at 250 Pacific, which was 550. Always remember they give it away towards the end of the stream. If you're going to get in there, make sure you get in there and find that out. It's all done by a passcode. Again, let's move forward a little bit here. All right. This I want to bring up because of 2 things. This is the new pause screen. The UI looks really clean. You can see I kind of like the new score bug on the pause screen, but there's something else I want you guys to see. First, that LED board above me, the Cleveland LED board is in. I missed that on our last breakdown. Let's see if I can get Nick to move his head there for a second.
So make sure you're here throughout the stream, 250 with a keyword.
See if we can get that pause screen.
Yeah, that's what we like to do. We like.
All right, there's Chris Gill.
The animals in a little later.
That's who we're talking about. Oh, there it is. Let's pause right there. Big thing right here. right above my head, what does it say? One thing we haven't seen before, quick manage. Don't know what that is. It might be the same thing as you could go in and out of manage mode before, but I think that's really awesome, that fact that there is a new quick manage thing on there. Also, look to my right when you're looking at the screen. On the substitutions, something we didn't have before. We have all the updated stats, the pull hitter tendencies, but we also have today's stats. What that guy is doing today, right here and over there. I think, again, nice add. You're adding a bunch of numbers, a bunch of things you can see with one button press instead of having to go into statistics or into another menu. It's always better to do it faster. If I can get to the pause screen, especially online. Guys, how many times online have we had to worry about the 5-minute timer, the 6-minute timer? Really like that. So again, and also the Arrieta, all of his pitches, all of his thrown strike percentages, his speeds, what pitches he has, all on the pause screen. Very happy about that.
System. So we basically have a new throw engine.
What we're going to look at here is they're going to go over the new throwing engine, the new throwing updates. You're going to see some shortstop plays, some third baseman plays, a little bit of a player urgency was shown, but we're going to look at that as it goes here. We will get into that as it goes.
Seriously kicked butt this year, and we're almost done with it. There's still a few things left to go, just like with everything else, and that's my disclaimer.
No, it's 2-19 on this day. They did a bunch of at-bats beforehand, so this is 2-19 here.
We're still working on the game, so those of you that watched the streams before know you're going to see some weird stuff, and it's going to be a good time because that's game development. We're just opening up the windows, letting you guys see everything, good and bad.
Well,
and
we're actually like
see Encarnacion on the Indians. I think we already knew about that, but
some like errors, throwing errors, and ground balls and drop balls. When we use these widgets that we use to create these plays, what I'm going to show everybody.
let's skip forward a little bit here.
You can hear?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's roll into it. Where's that controller?
It was about an hour in a 30-minute stream, about 90 minutes with the loading on the beginning. So we're gonna try to skip through the whoa.
They're going to have to get rid of the ball quicker as opposed to some guy that's slower at the plate.
You always have time left over. Paul, you're the one person I know doesn't have time left over. All right, so you see one of the new relaxed animations. That's not one we had before.
And how quick he's releasing the ball. So that's another huge thing. So if I just take this off here, he's going to hit some ground balls.
And what you're seeing,
Oh, there's a good example.
a little bit of the ball physics. You see the ball kind of
These are
tweak a
called
little bit
widgets,
there.
my friends. That's what all that.
Yeah,
little
above my head. He's
stuff
just
is on the
describing all the things you're seeing. He's obviously they have a debug copy of the game.
We have hacks. We get to do whatever we want. So this is how you test the game. And you
I don't know if that's a new animation, but again,
with it is you hit special
urgency.
buttons and you get secret things. So so basically, you're making the ball go.
Okay, again, Kipnis, 67 speed, shortstop throws it just in time. That hit actually scared me a little bit because that's way too close.
Double play turns in a little bit.
But
I'm just kind of showing you the variety that we have.
Then I saw this one. This one actually is not bad. That one made me feel a little better, and then it started going. It started getting better as they went.
The plate, they'd have to get rid of the ball much quicker. And that's
Swinging did look a little bit slower. I see the guys in the chat saying that. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. So like right there again, seeing they're all still half a step, but seeing them actually make the plays made me feel a little bit better. Now that being said, Kipnis is a 67 speed.
Catches that actually end in a run or a walking motion, we can actually.
Let me rewind that.
Just
Just
Hamilton was at the plate, they'd have to get rid of the ball much quicker, and that's kind of the beauty of the new system. It understands the speed of the runner and him going to first base and how much time he has. So the other thing with the throwing is that we have a new multi-branch system that we put in. So
this is one about the release point for the throw.
I'm sorry, any of our catches that actually end in a run or a walking motion, we can actually, if you miss your first branch point, there's multiple branch points within those catches that allows the user to be late on his first branch and hit another branch point. And really all that means is that you're going to get a nice smooth throw if you're late on a branch, and as opposed to
That throw right there, the backhanded pickup, that was one of the ones that was always an issue in MLB The Show 16. I was glad to see that one made it. The fact that none of these runners were safe makes me feel better, even though he's a 67 speed. I really would have liked to see them do it with like an 85 speed guy. Somebody that's not 97 that you expect to beat out, but like an 85 speed guy that every once in a while, you know, I'd like to see that. I think they missed an opportunity there to put that out.
to get into the throw ready, which has always been the way our game is played in the past. So
Hey, bunt spazzes. We'll talk about bunting for sure a little bit later. We have it as a bullet point on the list. So don't you worry. We'll talk about it.
Bunt spazzes, I love that.
We're going to talk a little bit about some of these general things.
In the chat at this point, there were a ton of people yelling, show us bunts, show us bunts, show us bunts. They do get into bunts later in the stream, and we'll get into that, but it was hilarious to watch people, like, I'm assuming grown men chanting in a chat for bunting. You idiots that did that, and I'm going to call you idiots, guys, grow up.
And then we'll get to bunting, as well as some other catcher throwdowns and things.
yeah, and there's some other subtle stuff that happens here. So like, look at the first baseman right there. So go into replay.
All right, we're going to see this.
And that's what's kind of cool about this system.
Watch Rizzo here.
We've incorporated a lot of different throwing animations that allow our players to look more realistic in situations where they used to stand up and really not do anything and then move into another throw. So like, here's a really good example. This guy at first base, the first baseman, didn't have a throw coming out, but we added these little movements in between after the catch. You can see he kind of blends right into a throw. So now our goal is to make sure.
And that was something last year that bugged me that, again, doesn't affect gameplay directly, but you saw the first baseman hitch a lot after plays last year. The fact that it's completely smooth this year makes me feel much better. Let me make sure that
Nice work,
quality.
Carl. Bump
Okay,
my
good.
fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
I wanted to make sure of that. Let's keep going.
That these guys, from the start of the play to the end of the play, are always looking like they know what they're doing,
Right.
and look natural and organic. Yeah, so go back to swinging. Let me put a guy on first base here.
All right, here we're going to see some of the double play combinations. What I want you to focus on here is the throw speed on the throw to second and the second base animation. Keep an eye on the second base animation. I'm going to talk about that here in a second.
We'll start over at third base and then just work our way around.
Oh, the guy stole, though.
Guy steals like that, though.
Make him slower.
Yeah, somebody. We got tons of variety of animations this year. Hundreds and hundreds of catches.
All right, in the chat, real quick, I just want to
Nice
answer
work,
this.
Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist
In
you.
the chat, some people are saying you don't like that they see some fielders pump and then throw.
Nice work,
The-
Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
The point behind that is in real life, they do that. Like, that actually happens
Nice work,
in real life.
Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
So in real life, like, you actually see guys take their time, pump and throw when there's like a 50 to 60 speed guy. And we saw in the vlog, we saw the Francisco Lindor plays where you know, Lindor took his time on a slower runner, but you get a faster runner in there, he threw it really quickly. I like to see that because that happens. I definitely want to see that. But I agree, I still worry those pump throws get really close at first base. I didn't see anyone get safe, so that makes me feel better about it, but I'd still like to see that throw get there with about 1 to 1.5 steps left, okay?
Nice work, Carl.
That's where I really want to see it. So let's keep going
Oh,
here.
missed it. I was going to fist you.
You're going to see again the double A
Double
combinations.
play throws are super cool too. And one of the
So third baseman, second baseman, watch this hop. That hop was in last year, but there was an actual like a little lip in it last year. You'd see a little clip. That one was smooth.
Other middle infielder to get over there and get set, and we have subsets of catches now, so we know if he's on the run, if he's set.
Again, same thing. Everything is smooth this year. Last year, you see the second baseman catch the ball and do a quick stop in the animation. This year, I'm not seeing that.
Even if
I still want to see some of the interaction.
One of the infielders, which makes it for more efficient game.
What I'd like to see is interaction between the runner and the second baseman. They didn't show that here. I'm hoping those animations are updated. I'm sure they are, but that's one of the things I wanted to see that they didn't show here.
Super efficient now, and that's what's great about our system.
Again, the nice throw there. Okay, right field. What that I like there, though, is it's not like he didn't gun it to second base. That throw normally goes right to the right fielder last year.
In the catch, it allows us to get our first baseman to get rid of the ball and get back over to first in time to play a catch. So,
hey, FYI, the keyword will come out at 250. So be here at 250.
What I really like about that one is the shortstop. I'm going to see if I can catch that one again here. Watch the shortstop's glove. This was not in last year. The shortstop swipes his glove across like an actual shortstop would to get into the transition for the throw, and the second baseman does sort of the same thing. It looks like glove to hand transitions are much cleaner this year. Let's see if we can watch that one more time.
To get our first baseman to get rid of the ball and get back over to first in time to play a catch. So,
hey, FYI, the keyword will come out at 250. So be here at 250 for the key.
Love that. Absolutely love that. You can see that right there. There was a swiping action with the glove of the shortstop, and the hand transition with the second baseman looks so much cleaner. Was very happy to see that.
Keyword, and then at 3 we'll give away the stuff.
so I'll hit a ball over at the first baseman. Maybe we'll get a 3-6-3 here.
Yeah.
Okay. 3-6-3.
Good.
We should probably be able to get back.
Oh, drop on the transfer.
Dropped on the transfer.
And then
Now,
and
before
then
we get
I'll
into this
show you
3-6-3, you're going to see one of the issues I had. There, and they talked about it. They will say it. There were bugs. There were bugs in this, so yeah, give it a second. I see it doing it. There were bugs in this. They admitted that. There is a bug with the first base, or with the pitcher covering. That will be fixed, they said. So
the pitcher covering first base, which has been totally revamped. So that whole Bermuda Triangle over on the, between the pitcher and the first baseman and the second baseman, as far as who covers and getting,
Nice.
the looping throws in the pass with the pitcher getting over there late.
that right there, 3-6-3. That 3-6-3 looks gorgeous.
We've done a lot of work to make sure that they're more efficient at covering first base, and the pitcher has new animations where he runs up the line as opposed to running through the bag. So, just so you guys don't think it's a fluke, I'm hitting more.
Again, another 3-6-3. Let me tell you this before we see this. One of the things that I appreciate from the MLB The Show team is that they're doing this raw. They don't have prepared stuff for this. So I'm very happy to see that they put this out there and say, hey, this is what we're working on. You guys can see it. So let's see what this is going to happen now.
Multiple ones right here, so you can see that he's getting back at times when he wouldn't last year, and he would have to wait for the pitcher to go over and cover first, which would create a looping throw and causing problems. So I know people have complained about, maybe like that. So part of that problem right there, which is a bug and we're still working on, is him playing that offline catch, which is causing that looping throw right there. So see if I can do that again so you can see what I'm talking about.
No,
all right, so
that was a
that's
nice
why
throw. That was a nice throw with
sometimes it
Arrieta
works,
covering.
Sometimes it doesn't. You notice the pitcher got over on the exact same play and covered first base. The problem with the play before was that the first baseman went back, and he really shouldn't have. He didn't have time.
Right.
So this is the third time. See what happens. So now the bug, right? So these are the things that we have to work on here and make sure we straighten.
Again, guys, he calls it a bug. He comes out and says, this is a bug. It's something they're working on. He actually even knew the situation had happened. On outside catches, when it goes to the second base bag, it's the animation getting back. They know about it. I'm confident they'll fix it, but we'll see.
Out before it gets out there.
Yes, sir.
Coming up here is something that I want you guys to hear that I think Nick let slip. You see Nick here looking at the chat. Every time he looks like this way, or I'm sorry, this way, he's looking at the chat.
A cooler double play turn by the shortstop where he's not set up.
Those aren't my current sliders for Madden
So he
MVP.
caught it barehanded and he caught it on the run. but
I'll get
that
them
was
to
the
you
exact
later.
same hit. I just hit the ball a little bit harder, so you get different results. So let me show you the first baseman covering now. I'll go over here to the first base side, change the speed.
I don't know the exact timestamp on this one, but I want you to hear this, and it regards specifically to PS4 Pro,
Pitcher covering right there.
PS4 Pro support.
This guy off first.
I don't know that he was supposed to say this, so we want to make sure this is very key for those of you, like myself included, with PS4 Pros.
Animations that go with
1505. Let's see here.
So he'll take it himself there. So you can see that the first baseman takes it himself. But if I move this ball over more,
I am checking the chat, guys. If you have questions, I'm keeping my eyes on it. I can't answer all of them, obviously.
so the pitcher actually had time to step on the bag there and take his time. But we have, if he's in a hurry and that guy's going to beat him, he'll actually have to hustle up the line. And
This
he'll
is a
finish
bad
his
one?
animation running up the line.
No, actually, this was the good one. There was a behind the back one that looked really cool until he didn't make it back.
What you guys are seeing right now, guys, is on PS4. We do support PS4 Pro, and we'll talk about more. We'll talk about that more in a later stream when we talk about graphics and stuff like that. But this is all just base level PS4 stuff, so it'll look even better on PS4 Pro.
That, to me, okay, so PS4 Pro games don't natively look better. Like, you don't natively get a PS4 game to look better on the PS4 Pro without like a patch or something. My guess is that means that there is PS4
The other
Pro
thing
support.
I want you guys to understand too, like how much work we put into this throwing system is we added a lot more ranges of throwing strength. So as you can see here, the second baseman.
Again, I want to hear that again. I'm sorry, guys. I think that's big.
Ooh.
And he takes his time. So the pitcher actually had time to step on the bag there.
Give it 1 second. I want to make sure we get that.
If he's in a hurry and that guy's going to beat him, he'll actually have to hustle up the line and he'll finish his animation running up the line. So it's kind of like on a threshold there.
Here it comes.
Of doing that and not doing that.
This is what you guys are seeing right now, guys, is on PS4. We do support PS4 Pro, and we'll talk about more. We'll talk about that more in a later stream when we talk about graphics and stuff like that. But this is all just base level PS4 stuff, so it'll look even better on PS4 Pro.
And the other thing I want you guys to understand,
There we go, boys.
too, like how much work we put into this throwing system is we added a lot more ranges of throwing strength. So as you can see here, the second baseman's moving closer toward first, and in the past he would have fired.
I
the
do
ball
understand
over
that
first
that I'm
base.
having issues with the
We
frames,
added a
guys. We're
whole
just gonna fight through it.
set of animations that kind of go between the underhand tosses and the shovel tosses.
All right, let's see
And
here.
the quick ones, we added another layer of throws
Yeah.
that are tosses like this.
Okay.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was gonna fist you.
Yeah, someone in the chat just said it's hard to tell from the stream, but the grass still looks like a flat texture. I don't know. I can't tell on the stream. The source quality was okay, but it's not like they were going like 1080p there. So I don't know. Let's see if we get the catcher meter here.
Well, we could talk about the catcher stuff too. They want to
Perfect.
The catching meter.
Yeah.
You want to,
Yeah,
the
let's-
cat and
let's
mouse
see,
game.
what else?
and that kind of
This.
stuff.
And
That was the good one. Okay.
Humanity.
We're gonna have to get back to that one.
Talk about the spin. And,
Yeah, so let's see. What are we good on time? I mean, do you want to jump right into? There's bunting. There's catcher throwdown.
first baseman booted it. You saw that, right?
Let's move this up here.
Throwing meter. Let's change this up with. Let's put the 10 on second, and then let's go.
All right, getting a lot of. Okay, the first baseman with the pitcher covering, you're seeing that a lot. That was an issue last year too. It looks like that's fixed for the most part.
So switch over.
So
and
now we'll see if Kyle can execute the new catcher throwdown meter.
All right, here we go.
What are you throwing in the dirt?
Uh-oh.
You got the hit on.
I got the hit on. All right, let me get that off.
I do have questions about this meter. One of them was answered. One of them was not.
I can't see that.
What?
Now I can. With the screen. That's what happens when you
Yeah,
turn
right.
50. Can't see anymore.
I want you to look at this meter right here. This green, and when I hit play, it'll bring it up brighter again. I worry for one thing, and that's colorblind people. I'm saying this because I had a colorblind friend who was watching this who texted me during this exact spot. He said to me, he said, I can't see any of that.
Nice work, Carl. Bump
I
my
said,
fist.
Oh, mister, I was gonna fist you.
I said, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean you can't see any of it? He goes, I see the top, I see, and then I just see a straight bar. I said, oh, that's a problem. So if you're colorblind, the button accuracy for the regular one had defined lines. This green and this yellow are very close together. I really hope that the colorblind, that something is done to make that more visible. I'd like to see that green maybe darken up a little bit. Oh, Nixie said, okay, so Nixie's in chat saying she's colorblind as well. Yeah, this is not going to work for colorblind people at all. You can guess where that is, but let's be honest, no one wants to guess when you're throwing a guy out at second base. So I hope that is adjusted at some point. They have plenty of time to adjust it. I don't think the color would be the color of this would be a big deal, so we'll see.
Okay, so just get rid of
Hold
that.
triangle to start your throw to second base. Oh, he booted it.
The other thing that you'll see is just because you get a meter to yellow doesn't mean you'll miss the throw. Just because you get a meter to green doesn't mean you'll get the guy out.
No, come on, Kyle. You know better than that. You got to take the.
Move this up a little bit. I don't think they ignored it, Nixie. I don't think they had an answer.
Kyle.
Pretty soon we'll get
Yes.
there.
What affects the catcher meter? That green is expanded on your arm accuracy. Your catcher's arm accuracy is what makes that green larger.
Well, this is part of what I wanted to talk about too, of playing out of position and then just mishaps. You know, the catcher not being able to.
Okay, there again, yellow, and here it is.
You got him.
A little slow motion on that tag. I didn't see slow motion on all the tags. It was specific to the catcher. I think they may bring that in. We'll see.
The yellow right there doesn't mean you're going to get a throw that goes out into the outfield. That's for the red region in that meter. The
Right.
yellow just means it's not perfectly on target, and as you saw that he kind of reached off to the side. So this is yellow again, and it's a throw kind of right behind him. But again, this is something that we're still tuning and making sure that the catch types coordinate with what he ends up with on the screen. So he got it.
So again, that wasn't exactly green. That was in the yellow, and we'll see. And you see there, he was out. 2 throws before that, same thing. Yellow, and you saw it was out.
Green there, it was right on the threshold.
Yeah, well, Nixie, that's the thing, though, is that it's going to be different for each one. What we did here, and Nick confirmed this, I'll let you hear that, it's connected to button accuracy. If you do not use button accuracy, you will not have that catcher meter. You can turn it off. So if you don't use button accuracy online, you will not get that catcher meter.
You got it.
The green. There we go. But even though it was a short hop and he picked it, that's
Keep it going.
still inaccurate throw.
Nice work,
All
Carl.
right, let's keep
Bump my
moving here.
fist.
That was the catcher meter.
Oh, mister, I was gonna fist you.
Slow motion on the tags.
Yeah, we don't. We
Let's see, 21:30 here.
competitive.
Or you can steal on your own. So why don't we switch over, Kyle, and then you be the runner. And go ahead and you can show the leaving early. And
Yeah, Nixie, that's what I mean. Well, that's I'm definitely going to say something about that.
It's just the stealing.
That colorblind, it's not going to work for colorblind people. So they're going to have to definitely have that in there.
If Kyle were to leave early like this each time, you'll see a variation of timings for the pitcher to step off. And the only reason I'm bringing that up because
I brought this up last stream. This is not for you Diamond Dynasty people. It's more for people to play the CPU. But for Diamond Dynasty, if you change your pitcher's cadence, how long you hold the ball when you come to a set position, it will mess with people that load up steals. If they use the auto steal function, it will mess with CPU jumps. They just said here, the CPU will now change their cadence. So if you're a manual stealer, you will now be challenged by the CPU with different pitching cadences. Online, I can't tell you how many times in Diamond Dynasty I've told people, change your cadence. Don't let people count out. If I go 3 pitches and go, all right, he comes to set, count to 1 pitches. Comes to set, count to 1 pitches. I can steal on you all day. Someone goes 1 second, pitch, 3 second, pitch, 2.5, pitch. That's where you start getting messing with manual stealers. That also affects auto stealers. Change your cadences. Teach yourself now.
In years past, there was almost like the pitcher was reading your mind. So if you're a guy that likes to try to get
Aqua, I like the catcher meter too. I do not like the fact that it's not colorblind friendly.
Step off exactly at the same time you take off, which obviously is more realistic, and it allows for a more fun, like what we're calling cat and mouse game in this system.
Hey, just
You hear that term again, cat and mouse gaming. I just oof.
to answer some of the questions on this, as well as just, you know, guys like Billy Hamilton, maybe.
Go here.
Just if you threw.
Let's move on. We're gonna see Jeff coming on.
Turn that off. That's why I'm like, why isn't he swinging?
Sure.
2004,
All right.
2005, right?
This right here, this is Jeff MacArthur. He is the lead AI programmer for MLB The Show. You're going to hear him talk about the new ball physics and what the impact is of the ball physics on game. Nixie, I'm downloading. Whoa. Oh, this is where they went out. That's right. Hold on a second.
Can we get
All right, Jeff MacArthur, you see this right now.
No, it wasn't up there. That's good. I just had the same hit on over and over again. Anyway, I was talking, and I think I had that. So, the big change.
He's going to go over this again when he gets a microphone. That's why I'm skipping by what he's saying now. All right, here we go.
They're using speakers, so we're talking about people who don't have wives. Those that, you know, otherwise their wives.
Nick taking another shot at chat. Love it.
Mine does.
Am I doing better now?
They need to
Okay, we're good.
switch. They need to switch mics.
The physics of the ball off the bat were only driven by the angle. What makes the
He's gonna say the same thing over again, guys. That's why I'm spinning past this.
I will just hold this.
All right, here we go.
So how far back do I have to go?
No, you're. I think.
Okay.
I think you just can carry.
Basically, we have more hit types because we're taking into account the angle of the bat and the velocity of the bat, and also the spin of the ball, so that we do get, like for instance, if you throw a curveball and you were to hit it in the air, because of the spins lined up, it actually gets a little bit more backspin and flies a little bit farther, just like in real life. You get curves down the line. You get the coolest thing I think are the diving line drives over second and short.
Those are the best.
It really looks real now, and one of the things that you'll see if that's kind of cool if you, for instance, to lock in the same hit in the same location, different and even the things that you'll see, like it's going to hit straight center field at 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Given the batter.
You're gonna see one that goes down the left field line.
You will see different curves of the ball. So
There you go.
a tall lefty might
Yeah.
see a little bit more slice than
Nice.
a short right hand.
Let me again. The height of the batter affects ball spin. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Think about that. The angle of the bat. The angle of the bat now affects ball spin. Exit velo affects it. Speed swing, power. If it's a curveball or fastball, because there's different curve. Curve goes forward. Fastballs spin backwards. They all affect it. Curveballs are now going to fly further because of the way they curve and the way they affect the bat. I talked about this last breakdown. Round bat, round ball. This is the first year we're going to get that. I can't wait until one of those center green guys goes, "Why didn't this ball fly higher?" And I can go, "Because it's not the right pitch." You can't center green something at the bottom of the strike zone and expect a home run, guys.
And might hit the ball a little flatter. And yeah, so these are good examples of the ball curving down the line.
Yeah,
And
to
that
me,
was all
those are
done
like-
with the
Those
new.
are some of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
Those are some of my.
Wonder, and this is a great question, guys. Sire52 in chat. I wonder how this affects finesse pitchers. perfect. Finesse pitchers, guys that don't have a sinker, guys that are curveballs, are more prone to home runs. That's what's going to happen. They're more fly ball pitchers. Sinkers, the way they spin, think about it. The whole reason you get ground balls is because of the spin. Zach Britton, you guys know I'm an Orioles fan. He's going to be a ground ball pitcher now. Not just because he's pitching low, but because the spin of the ball is going to go more for ground balls. So good. So good.
My favorites right there. I'm using your mic. Because I like how the ball gets around the base and will rattle up in the corner. And what that allows for is more extra base hits, actually. I mean, it's funny, though, because some of those hits that you think are going to land fair, that they
Paul, I
landed
see you.
fair last year, are now hooking foul or slicing foul. So it works both ways. But I think the benefit of it is that when they land...
Yo, look at that spin.
Picture a stadium.
Oh, I need to see that again. I need to see that hit again.
Keep going. Some of
Please watch this hit.
Think are going to land fair,
Please
that
watch
they
this
landed
hit.
fair last year, are now hooking foul or slicing foul. So it works both ways. But I think the benefit of it is...
Oh, look at that ball. Look at that ball on the side. Oh, it's so good.
Territory there. That ball's going to keep going and allowing you to take more steps. Obviously.
Guys are saying in chat, yes, your bullpen will be different now because of this. Your starting rotation, Aqua just said Chris Medlin will now be usable with a flashback because, again, guys, it's not just going to be velo this year. You're going to be able to pitch. You were able to pitch last year, but we all know velocity was king. If you could throw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, you could succeed. This year, if people can time up your fastball, it's going to go. You might be able to actually use a 90-mile-an-hour guy thinking Koji Uehara. That guy, Koji Uehara, a 95 Koji Uehara was hard to use last year. This year, you might actually be able to get that.
Obviously, as a base runner, get more either safe at home, safe at third, but it's more realistic.
Yeah, because it plays throughout. The new hit types means, new hit types
Every one of these balls is tailing. Every one of these balls is tailing.
Like, of different things that can happen in every given play. There's so many different things that can happen from years past. Out of position. I have a request to talk about players out of position.
Look at that ball spin.
Well, Ramon mentioned this, I think, on a blog already, but just...
That ball gets nowhere near foul territory last year. That ball hits about 3 feet inside the line, and there's a chance of throwing him out. Now, faster runners, that's a triple.
So, it's harder to play players out of position now. Like, you can't put, like, big, burly first baseman at second base. They're gonna have trouble.
Yeah, you can't. But is he done with physics?
Yeah.
Nice dive.
Yeah, you got anything else to offer?
Well,
that was a great play.
the out of position catchers are really bad. I did that work.
You did? All right.
Yeah, he did. Talk about that.
Yeah, we
was a
wanted to
great
make it.
play.
It was
Watch
pretty
it.
funny. You never realize that people, how people play your game, and I thought it was really cool that people were hiding pitchers.
That fielding play is a fly ball can of corn out last year. I do like that. Can I talk about how it varies based on pitch types? Okay, Carl did. Well, what they said, what we just went over real quick, I'll go over it one more time. A curveball, because the spin of the curveball goes forward. If you hit that ball, the chances are you're going to get more backspin on it because of how the ball hits. Again, this is going to matter depending on the height of your batter as well. But the more backspin you get, the more it'll fly. So now hung curveballs, instead of just being, in the fly zone, are now, which they were last year, are now going to become fly balls. Guys with fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup are going to be fly ball pitchers. Whereas sinkers, because sinkers have that bear down spin on you, and two-seamers. Guys, how many people stopped using two-seamers last year? How many people stopped using two-seamers last year because of this? They now become, because they're bearing down, are going to become ground ball pitchers. So I'm very happy to see that, because now you may actually be able to use finesse guys that have a sinker, or finesse guys that have a two-seamer. Guys that rely on two-seamers can now become ground ball pitchers for you. Guys that are finesse guys, you could possibly get a fly ball pitcher. What I really want to see is home runs over 9. That statistic, that rating means something because it doesn't mean anything in gameplay right now. We'll talk about that a little later. We didn't get them to say anything about that this game either. We'll see about that. But finesse pitchers now became, you can actually pitch based on pitch spin, which is really cool. Exactly. Carl Dude's got it in chat. Two-seamers have now become a double play pitch. If you bring in a guy, your bullpen, you may have a designated guy to say, this guy with runners on base, I'm bringing him in because he's a ground ball pitcher. That's what we've been waiting in this game for. Guys that we bring in with a plan for ground balls. A Greg Maddux flashback would be awesome, Sporty.
So that you could just have the righty lift.
But again, this is a fly ball, by the way. This is a fly ball without ball physics.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore because they can't catch the ball.
Now it's a dive play. It's great. It's so great.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Take it easy, man. There's your mic back.
Yeah, exactly, Carl, dude. Velo is not king this year. Velo is still helpful, but you can win without Velo this year.
Is that true? Where's our
Here, you want this
B
one?
mic?
I'll lean into you, I guess.
There's a
Am I
mic
still
that's not
talking?
working. We got.
And that's the other thing, too. I just saw this in chat. That's the other thing, guys. Think about this. How many people got really pissed off last year that you threw a good two-seamer and it was below the zone and it got cranked for a home run? Different this year. Depends on the ball spin. It depends on the height of the batter. You're going to have the angle of the ball, how far under you're on. Again, remember, he said this in the vlog. Last year, it was like a wall hitting the ball, okay? This is how the bat hit the ball last year. This year, it's going to be a round, mostly round bat hitting a round ball. So if you hit it like this, it's going to go straight. If you hit it like this, it's going to go up with backspin. If you hit it like this, it's going to go down. That's just mind-blowing and so awesome and adds so much depth to gameplay and the pitcher-batter matchup, an already deep part of this game.
We have 2 mics? 2 broken mics? All right.
Inside pitches to the opposite field home run. Exactly, Carl.
7,500 stub pack for every broken mic we have on the stream. Just stick around later.
All right, what do we got next? We still had Jeff on there. They were talking about out-of-position players.
Stub pack.
I'm gonna get past the out-of-position players. They talked about this before. There's a thread on OS about it if you guys want to go see it. This year, they're doing something kind of, and I know if Paul's still here, he'll know what it is, kind of along the lines of the defensive spectrum. If you have a shortstop, you can put him at second base or third base now, even if he doesn't have that as a secondary, and he'll have a better chance of playing that position. You bring a left fielder in, it's going to be much worse than it was last year. They talk about that here just really quickly, but they show it off later in the stream, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to skip ahead here just a little bit because I want to see the bunting.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
Then they're going to.
And here, okay, there's a Paul's got.
If they're bad bunters, they can't bunt the ball fair.
Perfect bunt.
They can bunt the ball fair, right?
That was the first bunt they attempted on the stream. I'm sorry, the second bunt. The first bunt was a foul ball. I'm going to let this play out and let you guys watch it. It's going to be about 4 minutes that I'm going to stick with you on this. Guys, I'm not convinced that bunting is fixed. I'm convinced that fielders may play it better, but it looked way too easy to bunt still, unfortunately. This is Jason Kipnis, who is not a great bunter. They went back and forth with a few of them. Then you'll see Wilson Contreras bunt here too, guys. Not sold. I'm not sold.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
This is Jason Kipnis.
It's Jason Kipnis.
Okay, so that's a bunt, an inside bunt. I'd like to see the pop-up. I do like to see the pop-up. And guys, one question that came up on the stream, they're using directional hitting. When you're using zone hitting, When you bunt the ball, you are not using zone to aim the bat. You're using zone to show which way you want to. The left stick shows which way you want the bunt to go and how hard you want it to go. The left stick does not have anything to do with zone in zone hitting when you're bunting. Remember that. Zone hitting is not zone hitting when you're bunting.
Look at the meta on these things. So we're going to run a bunch of bunts. Let's see how they...
So he's already fouled off 2, popped up 1, and he had 1 good bunt.
I would not mind seeing a PCI for bunting, Carl, dude. I agree with that. You should be able to say ahead of time which way you want it to go. There should be a PCI for it. I think that would be a big fix for it. But that's not the way it works right now.
Right? I mean, I don't know what his bunting rating is. We don't have that on there. But you.
So again, right there.
He'll be out.
That'll be
Here.
easy out.
I mean, the pitcher played that well. A lot of times we saw a pitcher double pump that before.
He can't be that good a bunter because the third baseman's not taking it away. So
Right.
that's probably why every once in a while he's going to be able to put a ball down. That's
Okay, and that's a pop-up. Like again, at this point I saw this and I was like, okay, not a big deal. Again, and Kipnis is not a great bunter, but I think Kipnis does have some bunt rating. Somebody might, if somebody can check Daddy Leagues. As a matter of fact, you know what? You know what? I can do it right now while they're doing this.
Let's see.
Because I'm gonna guess Kipnis ratings doesn't change that much. Kipnis has a 43 bunt rating, okay? So again, Kipnis, not a bad bunter.
Right.
It's about average when it comes to bunting. I'm going to call 43 just below average. And he got he legitimately got 2 bunts down on that.
Right, yeah. Well, these two teams that
I
we
agree.
put on here
Bunting should be
probably-
very hard, as it is in real life. I also agree with that. But if a guy has a rating, if a guy has, a good rating for bunting, I want to see that.
Contreras.
Let's see. They do Contreras. I know they do Contreras, and I know Contreras can't bunt.
Doesn't matter. Let's just bunt. How about that?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Huh? Just bunt. Hashtag just
That's concerning. Concerning.
Yeah, I tried to barehand it.
Wilson Contreras has a 32 bunt rating to end last year. That is not good.
Keywords at 250.
That also is not good.
Not quite there yet.
I just wanted to show what happens if he fields it clean.
And again, they're both fielding errors, but still, that bunt should not go down.
A lot of things people don't realize when they
And that's the bunt to second base. There's the behind the back.
Field bunts. Oh,
And then a 63 speed guy made it.
but you gotta.
Don't get me wrong, I love the animation here. I love the backhand throw to the pitcher. But guys, a 63 speed guy should not beat that out. It just shouldn't happen. Pop up, I'm okay with that.
The other thing we can
I
do
don't like that catcher spin at all. Again, but that's animation. I'm somewhat okay. I can say, bad animation once in a while, but I don't like that catcher spin at all. There's not a catcher in the majors that spins on that ball. Yeah, there was a new stance for Hayward, there was a new stance for Gomes, and there was a new stance for Santana. I mean, that's another one.
How many more bunts?
I'm hoping they had a widget on that we don't know about.
Are you reading what people are saying?
I am. There's
I do. I think CPU Geek, I think battling this is a major issue for them. I don't know if it's mechanically a problem with the way they do bunts, but this cannot be the bunting when the game releases.
Can do something else.
Trust me, it is.
This cannot be bunting when they release this game.
I don't know. You got all sorts
Nah,
of
it's
things.
sick.
And then you got random.
Bunting has to be harder than this.
Of course,
Javier Baez.
cheese mode.
Again, there you go. Second base. Safe.
And that's on
67 speed. Somebody want to give me here? I'll get it right now.
Let's see. What can we do now?
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
Baez's bunt rating at the end of last year was 31. His drag bunt is 27.
That we didn't cover here.
And he's a 67 speed, and he made that bunt to second base. The bunt to second base, first base is one of the hardest bunts to do, that push bunt. Again, that cannot be how this game releases. Everything else is so good, they cannot have bunting be like this.
Physics, animations, super branching, humanity AI.
I agree with Carl. Carl dude, by the way, for all of you watching on the Operation Sports YouTube, twitch.tv/Carl dude, one of the better MLB The Show streamers, says, I have a bad feeling it will be, in terms of bunting, has always been an issue for them. I am sure if they knew how to fix it, they would have. This is a problem for them. I think this is an issue
Bump my fist.
that they are constantly battling. I just don't know what the fix is. Making it harder to bunt, we keep saying that, but that doesn't mean it's that easy. I mean, right now, they have, bunting guys at 18 bunt, drag bunt that are making good bunts. Something has to change.
That's been a huge improvement this year, and moving forward, I think.
Yeah, guys, I'm saying that I hope that it's not come out like this. That does not mean that it's an easy fix. I'm hoping they fix it, but that doesn't mean it's an easy fix. This is something they've battled for a few years. Please do not think that they are not trying. I've seen the words come out of people's mouth. I've seen the text come across my phone that said, we are trying. We are working on it. It's just not an easy fix, guys. So let's move on past bunting. I wanted to show you guys that. I just...
Good summary.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
I don't know the fix yet. I don't think any of us know the fix yet. So
I don't have the circus home.
so okay, we're getting Chris Gill out of there.
Carl, bump my fist.
Missed it. I was gonna fist you.
Gameplay roundup. Oh, we're gonna see retro mode here.
AI in general. Sorry, we've got to leave some things for others.
This is them getting into retro mode. Okay, this is really cool. I know a lot of people are just thinking this is awesome to me. What retro mode is, what we learned about retro mode here is that you're getting old school AI, or I'm sorry, old school UI with the show animations, the show graphics, mostly. You'll see that in a few minutes too. And the show sounds. So you're gonna get all those sounds right, but everything else isn't.
Background are getting frisky. All right, so this is retro mode. As you can tell, it looks like an old retro game, but with a very new, sexy graphic set. It's like we transplanted the good times of 20 years ago to right now. Here, Kyle, you want to?
Yeah, I'll
take some cuts. You've got so again, those of us. So I don't know how many of you on the stream used to play the games of the late 80s and 90s, but you get to move your guy around in the box. It's very simple. It's like a one-button mode. It's just fun to just like.
Sorry about that, guys.
Buddy, maybe somebody who.
So what I'm saying here is that the pitching, the pitching, there's no pitch selection. The hitting, you just move back and forth. To pitch left and right, you pitch the ball, you throw, and you push left and right on the left stick. Right here he's saying that.
On to how hard you're going to throw the pitch, and then you can actually move the ball in midair.
See?
You could in those old games.
All of the ball physics, all of the animations, all of everything else that is being introduced in the game is in this mode. It is you're getting your 8-bit UI. That's the difference, and you're getting your difference in this gameplay right here. They did not say whether you could use it in season mode or if you could use it online versus friends. We do not have an answer on that yet. But again, you see 93-mile-an-hour fastball, you could just push left and it worked. And it moved, so.
Some people might be wondering, oh, why did we decide to do this? If it isn't obvious, it's not like it was actually about the time that we found out that we were going to have an opportunity to partner with Ken Griffey Jr.
Smart.
And you'd be surprised as to how fast this mode came together. It was just, it's kind of an idea that's always floated around for years and years. People in the studio talk about it because it's really
I want you guys to listen to this because I see you guys in chat saying you really don't care about it. It's not for us, guys. I mean, I'm going to have fun with it a little bit, but let Nick tell you who it's for. And this sold me on this mode because he's absolutely right. The show is too hard for casual users. But
appealing to people, especially like people's kids, people's parents and stuff, but it just never was a high enough priority to actually see what we could do with it. Once we partnered with Ken Griffey Jr., I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. means a lot of things to a lot of people, but one of the things I think that name means is you remember the old video games, you remember the time Ken Griffey Jr. was playing the video games of that era. So, you know, we just allowed a couple of our guys for like, I think it's not like, it's seriously, I remember we were talking about it. And then we got 1 minute until the keyword.
One.
So we were talking, it was like one
let
day
him finish.
We were just talking about it. Like, oh, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like, I wonder how hard it would be to like do an old retro.
I think he said, ends up saying it took him like days.
And it was like the next day, the programmer came and was like, "Hey, you want to come check it out? I've got like, I got guys moving around on the mound, guys in the batter's box."
I mean, come on. It took them a day. He said next day. I'm going to guess maybe a couple more days to tweak. It didn't take any gameplay time. It's going to allow me personally, I have 2 nephews that are under 10 that love baseball, that every time they see me playing this when they come over, every time they see MLB The Show, they want to play it and they can't. I mean, how awesome is it going to be for me able to sit down with them, throw a pitch down the middle, let them hit one button? This is to open more people up to this game. I'm all for it. Especially, again, it didn't take time. So, why not?
And then we just built some UI around it.
Why is it
made the game, made the controls feel right.
We'll move this up a little bit here, though.
Really
Oh, they did say there's an there are going to be Easter eggs in this mode. They showed us one. Here, let me show it to you.
Remember, the first thing we're going to give away is, they're reminding me too that you got to remember to redeem these after 17.
They're talking about the giveaways. All the giveaways are for 17, so.
You're not going to be able to get 16 packs. These are for the new packs.
Let me see if I can get this.
Amazing.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, here we go. Hey, we got a controller, you guys.
Here, if you look at it real quick, this is not the stream. Schwarber, they're all pixelated to represent old school graphics. It was one of the Easter eggs they're going to put in. You can actually pixelate all of that stuff. So, that kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, we didn't. He blew it.
But you see everybody, like even the grass, all of this stuff is, it has like a pixelated filter over it.
We got 5 minutes until we're giving.
So, yeah, kind of cool. They're doing giveaways now, which again only work during live stream. See, I got one more thing I want to show you guys. Actually, 2 more things here. Let me see if I can get this up. All right, this is them taking guys. Corey Kluber for Jan Gomez.
Okay.
Corey Kluber, and then we'll go with a.
So they're mixing guys around. You see Kluber at catcher. Edwin Encarnacion goes to second base, I think.
And
cool. Forfeit the DH. Smart move.
I didn't realize you could forfeit the DH. I could have swore I tried it in franchise. Someone told me that you could do it last year. So.
It's gonna be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Did I just do that? And
All right, almost there. Come on. Lindor in left field. Again, I'm going to say this because, and again, Paul, if you follow Paul Sporer on Twitter, look him up because the guy is one of the best baseball minds I've ever talked to. There's a thing called defensive spectrum. It starts with shortstop. It ends with pitcher or first baseman, one of those. It pretty much says that if you're a shortstop, you can effectively play anywhere in the field. Lindor going to left field is not that crazy. So if you put an infielder to the outfielder, you might actually not have terrible success. But if you put like a first baseman at second base, that's a problem. You put like a catcher out in the outfield, that's a problem. So kind of one of the cool things you might want to. Matter of fact, he is in chat right there, P-Spore24 at Twitch.
what happened? I don't know.
Jeff.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I have.
Oh yeah, the ratings you're seeing here are not final. These are early ratings.
Get mad at this
Who am I?
ridiculous emergent gameplay. Okay. First of all, right away, the thing didn't show up for a really long time.
So yeah, the ball icon doesn't show up quicker. That is because Lindor's in left field.
On the ground. Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, look at that.
so that's got some
Curvature
life
on the
to
ball. Yeah, good spin.
Well, see, that's the thing, Einswolf. You're going to be able to see some of it. It's going to work for some of the time.
Ground balls.
Anyone can make a play once in a while, but you can't make all the plays.
How about one of these? I'm telegraphing my
All right,
pitches.
low pitch.
There.
That's Corey Kluber. He's not going to catch that ball.
You gotta stick that, man.
Again, they're showing you that if you throw the ball low on Kluber, well, they hit that one, obviously. Prime Tulo in left field. That's what I want to see, Aqua.
Oh, that was not too bad of a throw, though.
Not even looking, and they're working for me.
Swinging at everything. When they swing at everything,
Oh.
we got this on like rookie mode or something. You shouldn't be hitting that stuff.
Oh, the slow tag animation at third?
No.
Yeah, I did see that. You're right. Let's go back. Good call, Carl. Let's look at that real quick. Right here.
Oh, that was
And that's because Carrasco is playing third base. Very good catch.
swinging at everything.
I hope. Let me take that back. I hope that's because Carrasco is or Carlos Santana is playing third base.
That's what I play on. Though. We're supposed to play the mud you play with. Not a chance.
Again, he's blocking it but not keeping control.
Let's just see if he can even catch a fastball.
Again, fastball high. Watch this.
Yeah, up it. Nope.
Can't catch it. Can't catch it.
Squeeze it, Kluber.
I really like that.
That's what the people.
All right, let's
wanna see.
move around here. There wasn't too much else shown in terms of out of position.
Well,
That
I
always
couldn't
puts the
tell.
ball in.
See? I swung and missed.
Again, drop the ball. Still makes a slow animation, but makes the play.
Whip. So do
Another
we
good
do
look
the-
at the
do
pause
things?
screen.
We're the carrot top of developer streams. It's
Hey, look, it's Tips. Tips is back.
That means it's time for the second legend that we're going to reveal.
Here we go, boys.
Brand new to MLB The Show.
Awesome legend here.
Let's show them. Who do we got?
Warren
throwback
Spahn. Love this. It's AHN for those of you that don't know. 97 overall diamond from the Milwaukee Braves. They did not tell us how you could get him, but this PS here means postseason. You guys remember postseason flashbacks from last year? A matter of fact, the Beltran, everyone that played with the Beltran was a postseason flashback. This is the year he comes from. Let's show his stats.
Spahn.
I mean, he's
Holy smokes,
Warren Spahn.
97.
97.
The fact that Warren Spahn is a legend just shows like baseball minds at work. I love the fact that they've gone back to 1958. They need more of these old legends like this.
Kyle, what do you see on that card in the top right?
I see a PS in a year.
What do you think that's for?
Paul, they scaled K over 9?
Maybe there's like a message. Yeah. He must put a lot of messages at the end of his emails.
So we have a postseason series, which you guys may have remembered from before last year. There was a postseason series. Again, we're going to make it really clear what these cards are from. So let me read why we made a postseason 1958 Warren Spahn. In the 58 World Series, Nick, he pitched 3 games.
No, he didn't.
He averaged over 9 innings per start in this World Series.
Over
Carl, I'm getting to that, Carl. Believe me.
What?
He won 2 of them, and he even had a shutout in the World Series. So that's why I made a card for him.
Wow.
So let's take a look at his attributes. 97 overall.
That is not Griffey.
Turned into Ken
That's
Griffey
not
Jr.
Spahn.
Holy-
By the way, while we have this up, look at the Griffey hot zones. You guys were all like, "Oh, that Griffey's terrible." That Griffey's not terrible. Griffey might be a platoon player. That Griffey's not terrible.
Cow, look at that contact versus right.
There he is.
Whoa!
All right, so there's Warren.
All right, so here's Warren Spahn, guys. 99 stamina, 96 hits over 9, 83.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
83K over 9, 71 BB over 9, and Carl just brought this up. 58 home run over 9. Here's the problem. We all know that last year and before this, home run over 9 does not affect gameplay. Does not affect live gameplay. I can't tell you how much in my heart I hope they change that. I want to see it directly affect the power statistic for batters. That's where I think the correlation should be. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. They did not talk about it on this stream. It wasn't really brought up in the chat a lot. I brought it up once, a couple other people. I will be asking about that because that's a question we have every year. But yeah, look at his pitch mix too, guys. Fastball, curveball, scroogey, slider, and changeup.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
Oh, missed it. I was going to fist you.
That scroogey is going to make people hate life batting. Believe me. Put a scroogey on your road to the show player and see what happens.
And so no surprise when he averages over 9 innings per start in the World Series, you get 99 stamina, 96 hits per 9.
Wow.
You got the K per 9 up there at 83, old school pitcher. What do you notice too? He throws lefty, right?
If this is the card they're showing off, Carl, Carl Dude asked again, burning question that he's sure will be answered in the stream next week, the DD stream, is do they bring back stats on the back of the cards, your live stats? You see right there, L1R1 for attributes. Does that mean it's going to go to the batting attributes next, or could it possibly give another screen with statistics, which would be freaking awesome?
Right.
6 foot, throws lefty, fast.
Again, also remember,
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
that
I was going to fist you.
height on the mound. We talked about it earlier. Height of the batter because of the angle of the bat. The angle you throw with a pitcher is going to affect that as well. Can you imagine? Again, we're going to go back to the Orioles here. Look him up if you haven't seen him. Ben McDonald was a pitcher for the Orioles, one of the few in history that I know that threw a fastball straight with his arm straight, not from the side that most people throw or like the 3/4, like literally straight past his ear. It gave him angle on his fastball and curveball. I'd like to see that incorporated into the show, and I'm hoping that will this year with angle of the ball and angle of the bat having something to do with the hit physics.
Fastball, 97 tops out at 97 miles per hour.
97 miles there you go.
The most impressive part, look at the top right there. We got the 4-seam fastball, the curve, a screwball, which is going to break opposite of the curveball. So when they're going to have big drops. One's going to go left, one's going to go right. And then a slider changeup, 5-pitch monster here. Sliders at 88, change at 87. I mean, that's a pretty big difference from your 97 mile per hour
The break,
fastball.
too, 93 break on a screwball.
So you've got
93 break on a screwball.
Get out of here.
Ken Griffey, rookie. You're all going to get that if you pre-order MLB The Show 17.
That's for the Griffey.
Warren Spahn, we have not revealed how you will get this card, but he will be in MLB The Show 17.
A 97 diamond overall. I hope everybody doesn't get that. But they said that you will not show how. Maybe it's an Atlanta Braves collection. Maybe it's for the innings. Who knows?
We're going to have a lot more of this next week.
What are we doing?
Remember, velocity is a mix of all of the velocities together. That's not the max velocity.
Next week.
So next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, we have our Diamond Dynasty deep dive. We're talking about how we're getting Diamond Dynasty to go dynamic.
What?
Dynamic.
Dynamic?
And
yeah.
We may do a legend. We may do a flashback or 10 of them. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe good. Maybe good.
Do we have a slide for the schedule? Can we show the schedule
We have a
slide?
schedule?
No, can't.
Matt says no.
That's all right.
Matt's so mad.
But next Wednesday, all right, and we'll have much more of this. Make sure you're following us on MLB The Show Twitter, MLB The Show Tips. We got Facebook, Instagram. Of course, make sure you're subscribing to the Twitch so you get notified when we do go live next Wednesday.
Yeah, and we got videos coming early. We got a video coming
one more thing.
next week sometime. Keep an eye out. Go.
All right, so that's where we're going to end it. But again, to reinforce what they said here, next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern will be their Diamond Dynasty stream. What's not on their schedule that Nick just dropped, again, was they're going to release another video prior to that. So keep your eyes open on Monday and Tuesday. There's going to be possibly another vlog, maybe a sizzle trailer, who knows. That's not on the schedule. They're going to talk about Diamond Dynasty next Wednesday, and how it's becoming dynamic. Now, we already know live ratings go up and down. Maybe they've got a way for ratings to change for the Legends, although we do know the Inside Edge has to be tweaked as well. That's what I want to see. I want to see Inside Edge be more specific to players, not just for the team. And we're going to be seeing a lot more flashback cards and a lot more Legends next week. Can't wait. Personally, I'm looking for the franchise stuff, but Diamond Dynasty is going to be one of their biggest streams. I almost guarantee it. But like I said, guys, that's where we're going to end this week. Thank you for sticking with me through the clipping issues. We had a little bit of an internet issue halfway through it. We will be back next week after their stream. We're going to do this on every one of their streams. We're going to break it down. We're going to throw it up on the OS YouTube. We're going to leave it up here on the OS Twitch under the highlights tab. Thank you all for stopping by, guys. Don't forget, if you have not already, not above my head, it's over that way. Give us a follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Operation Sports. If you're on our YouTube, now you're right below me. Hit the subscribe button for more great content. Everybody, don't forget, Operation Sports is dedicated to sports gaming. We will see you boys later.